Guys, we're back with the final part. This is gonna be just the ending and a movie review of Jai Bhim with our friend Becca. So
Hey guys.
we have just watched the movie. We're reading the facts. So let's keep going. This will also lead into our movie review and our thoughts on the movie. So let's just finish the facts. And guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and join the 7,000 people who have subscribed this month. Be part of something big, and you guys can have bragging rights of saying, hey, I subscribed before 1 lakh, you know. Okay, let's go. He didn't charge anything, not a single rupee. Wow.
That gave me goosebumps.
Okay, so let me just make sure that's the end. Okay. Okay, so we have just watched the full movie, and um, do you want to start?
I don't even know where to start. Like when I was watching it, I was like, some th- th- this is too happy. So this something's wrong. And then and everything just started out, I was just like, oh my God,
you're,
why? I had this
you're talking about the
feeling
first act?
inside.
Are you talking about the first
Yeah,
act?
no, like yeah, by the first act, and when he finally when they got back and they started like the people like who knew who he was simply just got him and then like beat him up without even knowing if he was truly like guilty or not. I was just like, no, the guy is innocent. He was working to provide food and like a better life for his family, like somewhere else with his. Oh my god! It was just
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna open up what you call it, a screen here so that we can have something. Let me see this one. Something in the background. Okay, yeah, I'll just leave it black for now. But okay, so yeah, the beginning of the movie was kind of cute. We were watching it together before you had your connection problem.
yeah, it's
So
unfortunate.
we were introduced to the main characters, a working man who wanted to provide for his pregnant wife and daughter. He actually did a good thing by saving these people from a snake which was, eating a rat in their house. And then they accused him of stealing jewelry. And then they just, well, we can say kidnapped his whole family to find out where he was, and that's where things started to get rough. They were tortured, and those torture scenes, I mean, honestly, this movie is actually classified as I think 16 plus. I mean, do you think a 16-year-old could watch this without having severe trauma?
I don't think so because I wasn't warned like up front that there were going to be torture scenes, and I was like having lunch at this time. I was like, oh, I'm going to continue watching it now that my internet's back, and then I'm like,
Bad
why?
choice.
Like, why are they doing this?
Yeah,
And to a pregnant woman. What kind of I can't even call someone who beats up a pregnant woman a human being. I don't even have the courage to call them an animal because not even animals would do something like that.
exactly. I mean, come on. A pregnant woman, and not only because she's a pregnant woman, and not only because she's a woman, because she's a human being, and they're torturing these innocent people. And those scenes were very very strong, very deep, and I wasn't warned. I even thought, this is gonna be a nice, inspiring movie. Let me call my friend to watch it. And then, like, when you left, I was like, what have I gotten myself into? But people voted and they wanted to see our reaction to it. And okay, so that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was after he came into the picture. The first thing they did, they didn't ask him anything, they didn't question anything. They just simply started beating him up, accusing him, falsely accusing him, and um, and then he was imprisoned. And he didn't even have the right to a lawyer. They just started accusing him, beating him, torturing him, and trying to get a confession out of him while he was innocent.
Yeah, normally they do that because a human being can only take so much. And some people do literally sign confessions like without actually doing that because they want the torture to stop.
Yeah,
And I thought it was like I was like, my God, he's gonna confess to something he didn't do. And then at every moment, at every turning point, it's like, no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. He
yeah.
just kept going. I didn't do it.
He wasn't gonna
And I
lie
think,
for them.
yeah, and the worst part is that they did that so they could like get themselves out of what they had done, which because they had stolen the jewels and they try to frame him.
Exactly.
And oh, it just
So that was the worst part, that they were trying to get a confession out of an innocent man. They didn't know when to stop. I'm not saying they should have started in the first place. I'm just saying um, they were very lazy at their jobs and they didn't want anything to do with a proper investigation. They just wanted to get somebody to
exactly
confess because they were under pressure. And there's something that I noticed during the movie, that there was a hierarchy. So the guy who was on top, I don't know if it was the SP, did they say SP or something like that? He
I think it was
was, yeah, the general police chief, whatever. I don't know. I can't remember what they were calling him. He was pressuring the other guy, who was pressuring the other guy, and it just led to a whole mess. So the person who was on top was the one who was kind of like forcing everybody to get an answer quick and not conducted easily. And what I saw from this movie is that influence is everything, because nobody was there to protect the tribal people, and they had absolutely no influence. So the people who had the money were actually controlling the whole thing. So they could do
exactly.
anything. So the police was, oh, we're gonna get this case solved. But then throughout the movie, we started seeing that these were not honest police officers. And honestly, I thought there was going to be a happy ending with the family united, but this isn't your typical happy ending movie. And I've seen this pattern in many Indian movies. They don't care about your emotions. If it's reality, it's reality. But then I feel a little bit more, let's say, um, understanding that this is actually a true story. It's based on true facts. So okay, that's fine. It's not fine as in the facts, but it's understandable that the filmmakers went through the lengths that they did to get us attached, and they actually succeeded in making us suffer when we found out that they did not run away. They were actually, or one of them was actually brutally murdered.
I actually thought that all three of them were dead at one point,
Yeah.
especially when his wife went there like the next day to like bring food for all of them and they dragged him away. I was like, my God, this guy's gonna end up dead. And then like just as I thought that, the next scene, oh, they escaped. I was like, they're dead.
Did you
They're dead.
record your reaction to it though?
Yes, I did. I was watching that part, I did. I was
Okay.
like, "Oh my god, why would someone do that?" Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Because guys, just before I continued part 11, I messaged Becca and I told her, "Hey, are you watching the movie?" And then she said yes. And then I asked her, "What part are you in?" And then she told me she was just before that scene. And I was like, "Okay, so what I want you to do is turn on your camera. I want to see your reaction to this." You don't have it with you right now that you can share it. You know what? I'll post it on as a separate video if that's okay with you.
No, it's okay.
Or if you want to post it on your channel, they can go and check your reaction, or we can post it on both channels. We're gonna talk about that, but you only have the reaction to that specific scene, right?
I have a 20-minute reaction from where we talked
Yeah.
until this part here,
But
yes.
from the beginning of the movie, you didn't record it afterwards on your own, right?
No, no, no.
Okay.
I only started recording when you asked me.
Yeah.
I was already watching it and then I started recording from there.
Yeah, because I wanted to see your reaction because my reaction, you're gonna watch it afterwards and you're gonna see how broken I was. So I was broken because I thought the filmmakers were like toying with me, but then learning that it's actually a true story and this had to happen the way it did because it's a mirror of reality, then it's not that I felt better, but I felt relieved that the filmmakers are not psychos, you know?
Yeah, it was it explained a lot why there was so much suffering
Yeah.
during the movie. Like it was very explicit and like everything was going horribly and I was like, Will this woman like get peace? She lost her husband, the guy was falsely accused,
Yeah.
and they're already mistreated."
And I
And I
think
was
we got very upset, or at least I got very upset that she didn't get her husband back. So I think a good thing that the way they portrayed what happened with the lady afterwards is what made the movie a little bit lighter because we could see that she had amazing dialogue saying that she's going to fight for justice. And although I was very upset that she wasn't going to get her husband back, the father of her children, um, hearing her say, "I want justice made," and you know, showing that she was okay with having with fighting for justice, and that was kind of enough for her. Although you know, it's never going to replace having her husband back, but it felt a little bit lighter because I thought she was gonna go into a depression or go into something that she couldn't, you know, a dark place that she couldn't get out of, and I thought she was gonna be like full of grudges, but no, she showed that she's a very strong woman, and that's what made it lighter. So I could feel, okay, this woman knows what she wants, and she's gonna fight to get justice for her husband, and I think that's what made the movie lighter. After that's how they managed to get the movie back to pace.
yeah, because like there was so much injustice going and then like she's there, she traveled with the lawyer everywhere to make sure if her husband was alive or not. And I'm like, my God, this woman. And then like at every turning point when something could go wrong, them trying to get her to blow off the case, something good ended up happening and like they couldn't even touch her.
Yeah, I
And
loved I
it
loved the
just
scene
going there.
where she went back to her village with her head up. You know that scene. They the police were like begging for her, "Oh, get in the car,
No,
please. Let me
get
give
in the
you a
car.
ride."
That was one of the best scenes. I was when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my God, the guy! What? Why did he take the kid?" And then when she got, I was like, "Oh my God, why is she there? Oh no!" And then when the phone rang, I thought it was gonna be the lawyer, but it was somewhere and higher up than the cop, and I'm like, "You're gonna regret everything you have done to this woman."
Exactly. And I think the lawyer, he was one of his character was like a very hardworking man, a man who knew exactly every part of the law that he was a very studious and educated man. So I think he did a fantastic job. The acting was great, the editing was great, and I like that in the beginning they actually did a lot of soundtrack work where I don't know if you noticed, but it reminded me of CSI. He would say something, and then he would just turn around and leave the scene.
Oh, I know, okay, I know what you're saying.
If he had sunglasses, he would put it on and walk away.
Yeah, there were moments also in the court where he was talking and you knew something was going to be very important, like where he either put his glasses on or he would take it off, and it would
Yeah,
always be like in a very important pace, and I'm like, it's important. I was like, oh, he put his glasses on. This is going to be important.
exactly. So I like and always rock music would come on. So they made him. There was a montage in the beginning also, so they made him seem like this super awesome lawyer. And then we saw a weakness where he was upset and he almost gave up. And then he came back. So his character arc was awesome. I think at the end, he proved that he is a great lawyer, but he does it for the people and not for himself. And it was nice. It was nice to see him overcome all obstacles and prove not only he proved that the man was innocent. He got everybody in jail, and he still got justice for the family.
Yeah, I think like the out of all the trauma from this movie, the fact that he actually got justice for the family, and knowing that it happened like in real life and the family got justice,
Yeah,
it I think it was like it was the one reasons that it was okay to maybe do what they did in the movie,
yeah,
because in the end we saw, okay, like no, they were off, they're horrible, they're murderers, they're horrible people, but they got justice.
yeah.
The innocent people got justice.
I just wish that my captains and the people who voted had told me that this was based on true facts or based on a true story. Then I would be less shocked, which is something horrible to if you think about it. I'm less shocked that this happened in real life than in a fiction movie, because
Yeah, I think mostly when it's like fiction, we'll just be like, oh, I think the screenwriter, like, he went a bit crazy.
yeah,
And then when you find out that something like that happened in real life, real cool, is like, why
yeah.
would people do that?
It's like when you watch a war movie and it's based on a real story, and then when the main character dies, you're like, okay, he died in a real situation, you know. But then when it's a fictional story and the main character dies, you're like, why would they do that to us? That was not necessary. But yeah, I think overall the movie was just really well made, and I like the way they valued the tribal people, and even filming this movie, they went to the lens of actually filming on location, and I really like that. It shows a little bit of the reality of the tribal people. So I think it's a good movie that reflects somewhat the reality, and it had a happy ending of sorts.
Yeah, it wasn't the happy ending we wanted,
Yeah,
but it was in fact a happy ending. You know, she literally now has a place and probably a means of helping her and her family now, even though she unfortunately does not have her husband, but like let's say like everything he worked to give her and his family, she ended up getting either way.
Yeah. And there's a good message that there's still hope for the you know, you still keep hope in or faith in humanity, and the judicial system is not broken. So basically, law worked. They ruled in favor of the right people. So the law was not broken, at least in this movie.
Yeah, it's always good to know that, like, um, everybody knows that lawyers normally have a bad reputation. And I think things like movies like this, especially when they're made from facts, like real life, you can see that, it's not everybody, just it's not just because one apple went through the wrong side and like fell from the wrong side of the tree, it doesn't mean like that all the apples are rotten as well.
Yeah,
There will always be someone there who will prove everybody wrong that, like he's working there not for his reputation. He's
yeah,
working there because he wants to help innocent people.
exactly. We saw both sides. We saw good lawyers and we saw bad lawyers. We saw good
We saw good
cops and bad
and we
cops.
saw bad cops.
So that was good that we saw that both sides, and we still have faith in the police system because of um, the character arc of the police officer who helped him, and we have faith in the law and the justice system because of the main character. So I think they did a good job, and I think the acting was awesome. Even
Definitely.
there was a little kid crying, and I was like, no, this kid is not acting.
Yes. When I saw that kid cry, I was like, okay, either they scared this child to cry this way, or this kid was born to be an actor. Because
Exactly.
that was extremely touching.
Yeah. My final thoughts is that there, I think part 10 broke me, and rather than being emotional with that scene where we found out that he was actually dead, I was shocked. So I don't know if the filmmakers wanted to make an emotional scene or a shock scene, because normally with emotional scenes I tear up, I get involved, but in this one I was rendered speechless. I was shocked, and I did not want to watch the movie anymore. I was like, I'm not gonna keep going. And that's when I called you and I was like, hey, I need I need some, I don't know, I need some closure, so I'm gonna finish watching the movie. But if this movie doesn't have a happy ending, I'm gonna hate everyone who voted for it. But I trust my subscribers, and they probably watched it and they say, hey, stick until the end, and you're gonna be satisfied with the ending. Even though I did not want him to die, but as I said, it's a true story, so unfortunately that
Yeah.
happened. What about you?
Yeah,
How did you feel?
I really liked the movie and like um
I want to know about that specific scene where
it's like
we found out he's
yeah,
actually dead.
um yeah, because I'm very used to watching a lot of movies, so it's like I have this thing where I know that it's not gonna go well, and when I started watching it by myself, just like to catch up and everything, when we got to that scene where like the teacher was looking at the photos, and I'm like, okay, it's not him, it's not him. I'm like, yes, okay, he's still alive. And then when she looked at the picture, I was like, oh dear, oh no, he's dead, isn't he? He's dead. He
Yeah,
really is dead. And then when they showed the photo, I was like, no, he really died. Why? Oh no, this is horrible. I was like really upset. And then you sent me a message, and I was like, oh, this is horrible.
yeah. If this was not a real story, if this wasn't based on real facts, how I would have played it out, the person in the photo would be someone else, like his brother, and then we see that his brother was killed and he disappeared. So then they go on to try to find out, trying to find out if the other two were also dead, and then they would find the short one, and then would be okay. So they would kind of like play with our emotions to see if he's actually dead, and then we would come to a part where we actually think he also died, but then no,
All of a sudden he's alive
he comes
and
back,
well.
happy ending. But this is not fiction, and this is stranger than fiction, and it was really sad. It was really, really, really sad, and hey, heartbreaking moments.
Yeah, it was extremely heartbreaking, and it was, even though it's like I really liked the movie, and I normally feel really sad when I watch like stories based on like real life, because normally some of them don't actually like get justice, but I'm
Yeah,
actually really happy to know that in this one, no, okay, it was sad, but they got their justice,
yeah,
and everyone who like did what they did to them, honestly, I really hope they feel horrible because it was because of them that all of this went down.
yeah. And the best thing is that it's based on a true story. So the real victims in real life got justice. And this lawyer kept on going, helping people for free. And was it 9,000 cases? Something like that.
I
Uh,
think it was something like that.
so that's amazing. That's amazing. This man should have, you know, a whole movie about him.
Definitely.
he,
Someone make an entire movie about him. I would love to watch that.
we just did.
No, but like his life story until
Yeah. Okay.
how
Okay.
he got there.
Yeah. We should see. We should see some. We. I was being funny, but then. Okay, I know what you meant. I know what
I
you meant.
know
Okay,
it's
so yes, we should see more stories about his other cases and how he helped other people. So there should be a part two of this movie, right? And some other
definitely.
cases. But I hope it doesn't, cut through our hearts like butter, like this one did.
Hopefully not. But if it's the same screenwriter, the same director, we're probably gonna cry
Yeah.
and get like upset halfway through the movie to then be mind blown through the truth being thrown in our faces, and then okay, they got justice. Okay, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it. Anything else you want to add about the movie? If not, then
No, I love the story. The acting was really good. I loved it.
really
Like they really
natural.
showed their, yeah, they showed their emotions perfectly, and I really loved that. The music also helped a lot. So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this movie. This was really good. I really liked this movie.
Okay. I'm looking forward to your reaction to that specific scene. And we're going to talk. Maybe it's going to be on your channel. What do you think? Maybe on mine. If it's on your channel, everybody needs to go to the description right now, open up the video. If it's on my channel, I'm still going to leave the link in the description. But you guys cannot miss Becca's reaction. If it's on my channel, more people will be able to watch it. If it's on your channel, hopefully everybody will flock to your channel and try to watch it. And yeah, I don't know. We're gonna talk and see which one is better. And
Obviously.
thank you for joining me. I'm sorry
Thank
for
you for having me.
sorry for putting you through this. I had no idea.
No, it's okay. No, I'm okay with watching any kind of movies. I can't really talk about like heavy scenes because I watch a lot of horror movies, so
Oh,
it sometimes it was like
you know,
shocking,
I'm gonna
but
warn you now.
like, mm,
You just said that you like watching horror movies. So be prepared for your channel to be full of comments saying react to Tumbat.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should react to it together, actually. You know what we
It's a
should do?
horror.
We should get the whole crew, everybody, and react to a horror movie, every single one of us together. We have like what, 6 people in our group?
Yeah, it's James, Jew,
Sammy,
Sammy.
then we have Wallace, which they don't know yet. He hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
You and me.
Yes.
Yeah, we should all do that together. But
Oh, the
anyways,
screams will be.
okay. So that's it. Nice talking to you. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments down below. And yeah, I have no nothing else to say. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join us on Discord. Go pay a visit to Becca on her channel. The link is in the description. And keep an eye out for her reaction. I still don't know if it's going to be on my channel or on her channel or both. But go ahead and support her and see how she reacted to that specific scene. I can't wait to see it myself. And that's it. Thank you guys. Let me know which other friend I should bring to react with me. You know, granted that their internet works.
It's complicated over here, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye bye.